Drag Machine is ready. They all stand. Often they're racing. Now missing the jump here, Muddy Waters and also Rivercrest Magic. First to get going, Drag Machine. Real Serenity had jumped out well and being sent forward, Shazare shortly after the start. Grandad's Addiction is going to hold a spot about fourth on the rails soon after the start. Geronimo Magic is outside of those three deep. A length and a half behind them, Flinders Lane about to be joined by Rivercrest Magic, who's making headway along the rail. Further back to Pure Obsession. Muddy Waters is on the rails and further back is Olaf the Snowman. Classic Royale is a clear last as they work to the top of the course at the 800 metres mark. Down the side, Drag Machine. On top, it's Drag Machine who shows the way. The break is about 3/4 of a length over Shazare, who's up there punching forward. And then deeper out, Geronimo Magic. Grandad's Addiction nicely placed near the rail. After a length and a half, Real Serenity, who's splitting Flinders Lane wider out and getting off the rails, Rivercrest Magic. They're followed further back by Muddy Waters at the top of the home straight. Pure Obsession a long way back in the field with Olaf the Snowman at the 375. Shazare hits the lead now. It's Shazare about 3/4 of a length in front. Battling back, Drag Machine into the clear. Grandad's Addiction, Olaf the Snowman, Pure Obsession. They're all running on. Shazare about to be joined by Pure Obsession, who's hitting overdrive. Pure Obsession, Grandad's Addiction comes again, finishing hard late. Real Serenity, but Pure Obsession has won it from Real Serenity, who flashed late with Grandad's Addiction. Close up as well, Rivercrest Magic, Shazare, Olaf the Snowman all together. In behind those then pulling up Muddy Waters, followed by Flinders Lane, knocking up Drag Machine. Geronimo Magic compounded after covering additional ground, and Classic Royale was always back at the tail. Pure Obsession. Troy Turner has taken out the 6th event of the day. Number 2. Many hopes 100 from the judge, but Pure Obsession second up for trainer Colin Webster has delivered from Real Serenity, resuming this afternoon, and she certainly did kick in strongly over the final part with Grandad's Addiction battling hard under the 60 kilos. Pure Obsession, though, makes it a winning second up appearance in this campaign by Sessions from Jungfrau Girl for Colin Lynn Webster, the Bruce family, the Brooks family, Jay Allen, also Joe Sherrington, R. McIntyre, A. Thornton, Mrs. P. Thornton, D. and Mrs. R. Wake, and B. Dont and R.J. Smith. And from 6 runs, she's now got 2, or he at least has got 2 victories on the board. Pure Obsession takes out race 6, beats Real Serenity by Highland Real. Sean O'Donnell for Justine Erkelin certainly hit the line full of running after getting through in the middle, and Grandad's Addiction was always prominent to the pace. Got off the fence at the right time, just couldn't build into it. Jason Whiting for trainer Sharon Miller, and by God has spoken, Grandad's Addiction. Olaf the Snowman was one of those wide out which finished on hard. There were a few there. Shazare battled, and Rivercrest Magic also was just in behind them. Next event, the Unite Resourcing Handicap, 1200 metres. We don't have any changes to come in the third leg of the quaddie this afternoon. The margins and also the time are about to come through following the running of race 6. But in the meantime, we'll take you downstairs with Lockie. It was a half a length, a short half head in a time of 1:26.09, Lock, after this victory of Pure Obsession.
Thanks, Darren. Nice win from Pure Obsession as Colin Webster joins me now. Mr. Webb, congratulations on the win. He's been a good horse to the stable from a punting perspective. Not quite the same price we got on debut, but still nice to see him get the job done.
They got a good result on his first start. Yeah, he's a nice horse. He's a full brother to Sessions Peak, but he's got a lot better nature than Sessions Peak, and a lot more relaxed horse. And I think he'll get further than today's distance.
Is that temperament and his behaviour behind the scenes what gives yourself and the rest of the team that indication that he will continue to improve over further?
Absolutely, you know. Sessions Peak was a pretty hard horse to train. You know, he's a pretty good galloper, but this horse is a much easier horse to get on with.
Today, it took him a little while to wind up and hit top gear, but once he did find the line well.
Yeah, he did. He took him a while to wind up, but, you know, that's the sort of horse he is, really.
on Saturday afternoon, Surfside session. He'll go around again. How's he been since that last start win?
Oh, excellent. Yeah, he's nice and fit and ready to go, and I think that race that he's in is the right race for him too.
Stable's going very well, Mr. Webb. Congratulations here.
Thank you very much, Lucky.
There's Colin Webster after the win of Pure Obsession. Gets the job done here, and Scotty Emery is a very happy man at the 300-metre mark. I thought you might be in a little bit of strife, to be honest, but in the end, this horse just really kicked into overdrive late.
Oh, ye of little faith, Lock. No, I was probably in a similar camp to you, especially considering how hard they've been at it trying to make much ground here today, but in the end, he was able to get over the top of them. As I mentioned in the preview, Lock, I'm just such a wrap for Fast Harry, who won that Class 3. If you go back and watch that replay at Northern, Fast Harry that day was expected to win. He got into as short as $1.50, but he was still a mile off them with 150 metres to go and somehow managed to win it by a length and a half, pulling away. So I'm happy to pretty much follow anything out of that event, especially if they were like this horse going from a Class 3 back into a Class 1. I must also mention, just in that, I just watched that head on there, Lockie, and in the preview, I couldn't wrap my head around how Muddy Waters was sort of $12, $14.
Yep.
He actually should have gone quite close there. He looked pretty luckless. So hopefully Dan O'Connor's got him to turn a corner, because he burst onto the scene for Danny Morton and looked like he was going to make a nice 3-year-old and then really lost his way. So as a tried type, hopefully he'll be able to pinch a race for them.
Exactly right. There were a couple horses towards the inside, as you can see, on your screens at the moment, that were very, very unlucky. So if we like the look of Pure Obsession, this race might turn out to be a nice form reference moving forward. But Troy Turner, he's just catching up with Colin Webster Jr. before catching up with Scotty for a word on his best bet, who salutes in Pure Obsession.
What about the shirt on Webby Jr. there, Lockie, too? He's got the Bush Chook shirt on with a collar, if you don't mind. Troy Turner's just having a chat to the connections. They're actually going to jump in a photo here. I'll make sure I'm not in the background of that, because they're getting it framed through Western Race Picks. I'm the last head that they'd like to see in it. But hopefully we get a word here from Troy Turner, who's just enjoying a bit of time with connections, and then we'll get a word on the second up victory of Pure Obsession, who's lightly raced, start number 5, win number 2, and it looks as though Troy, he's got a handy enough future, this horse.
Yeah, he has. He's been placed well. Colin's placed him well today. So hopefully, yeah, he sort of can stretch out to a mile plus. Hopefully, he's bred to. So, yeah, it'd be good if he could.
And solid's probably a nice way to describe his first up effort.
Yeah, we're really pleased with his first run. He had those 2 trials, and it just sort of set him in good stead for a nice preparation.
Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
There's Troy Turner combining with Colin Webster. Scotty's best salutes, Pure Obsession.